Hello everyone, welcome to Alien Wizard Science. My name is Matt Worldly and we are in the laboratory recording live from the greatest city in the world, Denver, Colorado. We're doing it. We're living the dream. Nothing could stop us, plain and simple. This city was built for dreamers, for lovers of the arts, and there's absolutely no stopping us. Absolutely no stopping us. Last night's episode really took my breath away. I knew there was a reason I wanted to create this experience for people, because we are guaranteed to discover magic in this environment. This laboratory, the foundation of this laboratory, is this understanding of the vast possibilities with light, and knowing that with all these various instruments behind me, the possibilities are absolutely endless. So, last night, we were on the table. Oh wow, my face fit right in that frame. How cool is that? Last night we were on the table with this, and we discovered a lot of magic, and I encourage you guys to watch last night's episode because it was so profound. We saw light shooting into itself. We saw light acting in ways that I guess sometimes people describe UFOs or unidentified, whatever they call them nowadays, the way they move around. This is the same way light moves around. It does things that we can't even imagine. When we see it, it speaks to us. It speaks to our soul. And I believe that there is a correlation between our soul, perhaps our spirit, which is this just untangible, luminous energy. And there's got to be a similarity between that and this light that we see right now, because it's speaking to us in such a familiar way. And it's so important to me to share this experience with you guys. So, this was last night. But tonight, we're going to change things around. We're going to do something unexpected. We're going to discover magic. And there's absolutely nothing that can stop us. So, before we begin, I want to say God bless you all for watching this. God bless your lives. God bless your families. Happy New Year. Happy 2026. This is our year. I'm speaking to everybody, but I'm speaking to artists specifically. And I don't mean established artists necessarily. I mean those of you who say you can't even draw a stick figure but have a little inkling, a little spark of interest. I'm talking to you. This is your year to shine. Because the universe is looking for more people to be confident and to have courage and to step outside of their comfort zone, because we as a collective are a mirror. And when we see others being courageous and doing the unthinkable and the unimaginable, it is a direct reflection of what is possible for all of us. So tonight, what's gonna happen? Gosh, I honestly have no idea. I have no idea, but let's jump right in. And you know what? I know you guys are probably loving the lasers, but you know what? We're gonna change it up. We're gonna do something a little bit different. Last night we did lasers. We gotta keep the show fresh, okay? So tonight, we're gonna work with some white light. Some white light. We're going to put the laser away. I love you, laser. see you soon. We won't put it away entirely. We'll just put it like on the side. Okay? There we go. Thank you, laser. Thank you, laser. Just put it right down here. Okay, everybody? Just gonna put it right down here. All right. Now, you know what really jumped out at me today? I've said it once, I'll say it again. I'm not ashamed of it. I have so many objects that I have not played with yet. And I know that something magic is going to happen when we shine various light forms through them and experiment with them. But again, I didn't want to do it alone. I don't want to do it alone. You know, let me say something. When we're out and about, when we're in the middle of the night, when we're walking along at night and we see a shooting star and we go, oh, don't we kind of like wish that somebody else could see that? You know, we're always like, even if we're with somebody and they didn't see it, we're like, oh, you didn't see that? So that's me, constantly seeing shooting stars. And that's such a funny reference because last night we kind of found this shooting star in this light refraction with a laser shining through a prism. So, I gotta turn this music down a little bit. There we go. Okay. So today, let's jump on the table. I'm gonna show you what we're working with. This is a seemingly ordinary object that I scored at Goodwill, and it is overpriced. Let's see here. It says $8.99 on the bottom, and generally I would not pay for something like this, but this is different. This one is special. As you guys can see, this is a candle holder, but the candle, where the candle goes, is not very deep. It's only maybe a half an inch deep. So all of this in here is just really thick glass, and it's very transparent. So that's exactly why I bought it, because we can do a lot of cool stuff with this. Question is what and how? So let me kind of just dive right into this and say, I want to use a magnifying lens. You can see right now this light shining this big circle on the wall. Well, let's condense that circle. Okay? Let's move this here. I can show you guys what's going on. You can see this giant circle where the light's projecting right here. All this, all that. We're gonna take this beautiful magnifying lens here. That's very cool. Take that, we're gonna put it right in front of this light. And we're gonna turn this into a beam of light. Let me go back to this, I'm sorry. Let's go back to here. There we go. Let's slide this over. Okay, so let's do this. Here's without the lens, without the magnifying lens, and then here's with the magnifying lens. So you can see it's just turning it into a tiny little dot. And that's what we're gonna play with. And right now, this tiny little dot is shooting directly through the center of this. So when I move this, there it is. Let's start there. Let's kind of grasp an understanding of why I use these magnifying lenses. I use these giant magnifying lenses to create really sharp beams of light, and then we can study them from there when they're moving through glass. It's very fun. So I think let's start with that. Let's put this back in its place. So you can see that essentially what this is doing to the light is it's giving it a very smoky texture. which is super badass, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to purchase this, because any object that you kind of look through, how your eyes perceive it is ultimately kind of how it's going to look when you shine light through it, just like this. So when I picked this piece up from Goodwill, I'm like, okay, this is very transparent, and I'll be able to see through it. Sorry, I got off track there. I was looking at it at Goodwill, and it was kind of a very smoky haziness inside. So when we concentrate a beam of light and shine it through this haziness, well, that beam of light is going to pick up all of the texture inside of this glass, and it's going to move, and it's going to look absolutely brilliant, just like it does now. I'm very happy with this, and I love how the center right here isn't really doing much, but everything around it is. And I kind of want more to happen. So we're gonna play around with this, and I think this will probably be the best camera angle right now since there's so much light on the table. What's up, y'all? Yeah, no, I want you guys to see this in real time. So I'll be in the frame a little bit. No, I don't want to be in the frame at all. You guys get the picture. Here we go. Let's see what we can do with this here. Okay. So really not too much. All right, not too much here. We're looking for something profound. There we go. Okay. I really enjoy this smokiness. So right now we're going to add some stuff and make this a little bit more intriguing. What do we add? What do we do? Well, we get something tall and skinny with a lot of personality, such as this. This is one of my favorite pieces because it doesn't have any predictability. And when the light shines through it, while it's rotating, it looks like it's thinking about something. It looks like it's kind of just like, It looks like an organism existing deep within the ocean. Something crazy like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on the base. There we go. And now the light is going to pass through both the initial object and the new object, and that's going to happen right now. And if we watch that light that was initially doing nothing, now it's going to spread out. It's going to do a bunch of cool stuff. And I'll explain what I'm saying, just in case I'm moving a little bit too fast. We're going to go to the nicer camera, and we're also going to kill the light pollution in here. I'm going to shut off the black lights. Makes a big difference, doesn't it? Okay, now we are knee deep in this. There's no doubt about that. So let's see what we're working with here. Let me put you guys on the table. Here's what we're working with. I'm going to, since the big base is about to pass through, I'm going to take the big base away, just to remind you guys what's happening with this. That center of the light, which is ultimately the diode that we're seeing in the middle of the wall, which doesn't seem to be moving much, that's the strongest source of light. Hold on, I said that wrong. Stand by. Anyway, I'm getting off track here. That's what it looks like. Now, we're going to put this down in front of it. So now, this little ball here has to pass through that vase that we just put up there. And remember when I said that this vase is very unpredictable and it looks like it's thinking? you can see that when it did pass through, it looked very conscious for a moment. Honestly, it just moved too fast, and we're gonna slow this platform down. I'm gonna slow this down a little bit. I do like this, but it's not really, okay, getting ahead of myself here, I'm getting excited. What I would like to do, if we could, is keep the haziness of this, whatever you want to call this light refraction. But ever so often, I want this thing to move around like crazy. And this right here, that just doesn't cut it for me. I desire for there to be a big contrast, so that when this light passes through both objects, that dot moves around a lot. It does something completely different, like it woke up, like someone splashed water on it, and it woke up from a nap. So, oh man, we are nearly 20 minutes into this now. You guys having a good time? We chilling? We're having fun? Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Okay, I have an idea. Something tells me that this glass cube will throw the circle around. Let's come up with a name for it, okay? Let's call it the sun. It looks like a little sun, doesn't it? Let's try and move the sun around. Let's try and make the sun bounce around, okay? Okay. You know, I'm still loving the visuals that we're capturing, but I'm not getting my way yet. And that's okay. You know why? Because failure is accepted here. Failure is okay. That's so crazy. Such an interesting object. Okay. I'm gonna try probably one or two more things, and then we're gonna move on to something else. We're gonna move on to something else. Let's see here. What am I thinking here? What's going on here? What do we got? What's gonna make that bounce around like crazy? I think probably this. I think this would be cool. This is one of my favorite pieces of all time. Look at that. Isn't that spectacular? Let's see what happens. That's definitely more my pace. That's definitely more what I'm looking for. I'm going to speed this up, actually. And this is going to be in the way a little bit, so that's very dangerous. Let's back that up. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not trying to fall asleep right now. No, sir. No, thank you. And maybe I'm a little bored with this project. Maybe I'm feeling a little uninspired. Maybe I set the bar too high for last night's episode. No way. We're not going to accept failure. You guys are like, what is this guy talking about? I just mean, I just want to see a little bit more, you know. I want something spectacular to happen. I'm not impressed with anything. I want to be impressed, you guys. So, let's get impressed. Let's get impressed. Let's change the mood. Let's change the mood. That's cool. I like that. Let's do this instead. Okay. Let me walk you through my process right now. Let me tell you what's on my mind. Let me be vulnerable. If I preach that I desire for you guys to be here in the lab with me, but I don't let you in on my emotions and what I'm feeling as well, then that's not very fun, right? So here I am. In that moment, I was about to just cut the camera. I was about to say, you know what, maybe tonight's not the night. Maybe I fucking face painted myself for no reason. I dressed up in this silly costume for no reason. No. But I'm glad I didn't. Okay, because I pulled the plug on that first thing we were doing, and now we're here. And now I have this really cool helicopter thing over my head, and I love it. So let's play with it. Let's see what's going on here. I put this really badass bowl on top of this square glass. And the light is kind of shooting upward. If you guys can see, let's see here. I'm gonna move this light around. Let's see if we can capture it at the same time. Yes, we can. Hell yes. Okay. So watch what happens here. As I move this, this magnifying lens flips it upside down, just like the human eyes do. So I move this light down, and the light on the wall goes up. I move this up, the light shining through this glass goes down. Okay? So I found a cool sweet spot in the process of moving this downward, and I was able to get this three-dimensional looking thing. It kind of looks like a helicopter, and I think that's really cool. And I bet that we can do like even cooler stuff. Let's see if we can get like 2 helicopters. Let's try to shine like another light through this too. Check this out. Let's get this light. Oops. Let's get. Oh, that light's already on. I'll be damned. Let's get this light and also shine it through. So here's a good example of what I was trying to do earlier. Look at this. Right now I have 2 of these lights shining through this magnifying lens, and one of them has turned into the helicopter, right? But then the other one is just this really lame dot, right? And that's what I was trying to get rid of earlier. I was trying to make the really lame dot turn into something spectacular, just like this is now, this really cool helicopter thing. And I can rotate it and it moves back and forth. Now it looks like a freaking spider coming at you. Okay, so this is what I would like to play with here and see what we can learn, see what we can gather from this. I think that looks so freaking cool, you guys. If it's not obvious to you guys, the rivets in the plate are what is creating this kind of overarching, looks like a bent helicopter blades that's rotating. That's what's happening right now. Let's switch to the Sony camera here, get a nice wide angle on this bad boy. See, that looks pretty cool, don't you think? You can see a little tiny bit of the light diode poking up right here at the top. So all I have to do is move that down and I'll go away. There we go. I really like this. This is cool. I'm quite happy with this right now. So other point being, when I turn on this other light, you can see it's just kind of stuck there. It's doing the cool, hazy stuff that it was earlier, but we haven't completely transformed it to where it's like unrecognizable and doing something crazy. So I say what we do is we just let this be. I say we let this light refraction, this light phenomenon be independent of itself, and we put something else on the table to interact with this. So since this appears to be something that's shaped like this, maybe we could put something under it. Maybe this would be a good time to use a laser. I don't know, maybe not. I think I want to stay away from the lasers at the moment. I think we should grab another magnifying lens. Let's grab another magnifying lens. And let's get back on the table here. And we're going to put the magnifying lens somewhere like here. We'll take this off. It's taking up way too much space. There we go. Okay, you guys. I think we're onto something. Let's fire up this little rotating base on the table. Let's get our Sony camera back at us for a moment. A really nice perspective on what's going on here. Okay, can't really see what I'm doing. There we go. So we're going to take this light. It's not plugged in. I need to plug this in. Thank you guys for your patience. All of this is completely improvised. Right now I am firing up a little platform. You guys see what I'm doing maybe a little bit better from here, but right now I'm putting a little platform on the table. And the rotating base. There we go. And I've got this. I think it's this glass grape thing. Look how cool that looks. And we're going to magnify the texture of this glass grape on the wall. And it's going to be so cool. Let's see what happens here. Very cool. Very, very cool. Yes, boo hoo ha 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 ha. This is what, it's kind of like what I'm interested in here. Yeah, there we go. That's tight. Slow this down some. Nope. There we go. All right, you guys, let's go back to this Sony camera here real quick. There we go. That's a great shot of what we're working with on the table. Now let's check out the wall and see what's happening here, what all this commotion is about. So there's our little helicopter guy, and there are the grapes, and you know, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Well, slow these grapes down a little bit more. Maybe make them a little bit sharper. Okay. Pretty cool. We're definitely cooking. You know, something, you can definitely tell that those are two different things. Let's move this around a little bit. No, we want to keep that cool helicopter-y thing. What I did notice though is if I shape it, if I put it here, yeah, that's pretty cool. There we go, there we go. You know what I did? I straightened it out. It was too curved. Now this seems to have a little bit more personality. It's almost like bird-like. It's definitely in the foreground and the grapes are in the background. So let's get back on the tunes here, shall we? And let's add some more stuff to this. I'm just gonna kind of flow here for a second, and then after I put it together, I'll let you guys know what happened, if that's okay. Here we go. All right, we've been on mute this entire time. That's what happens. That's why this is the beta testing for Alien Wizard Science. That's why we gotta get out these kinks and these knots and these habits. As I was saying for 5 minutes before I realized my mic was muted, I was saying that we created this beautiful display of light tonight using the 3 things that I just showed you, and it reminds me of traffic. It definitely looks like cosmic traffic. Something is, there's some hierarchy here, there's background, and then there's like commotion. This here kind of reminds me of surveillance a little bit, and this reminds me of like structure, and this kind of reminds me of like the traffic and like society. That's the vibes I'm picking up on, and I would absolutely love to know what you guys think, what you guys see. I am going to end this episode. It's been a long one, but I love you guys, and I hope you have a terrific night. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Matt Worldly. This has been Alien Wizard Science, and I would like to say peace, love, and light refractions.